edition of Deepak Shenoy Talks. This is about evaluating retirement products on 13th June 2010. I got an email today from Value Research. The advertisement said, make your retirement dreams come true, and had a click link to Max New York Life Insurance. So I said, let's check it out. The ad showed me at Max New York Life's a page, something that said inflation over the last few years. Kg of milk in 1985 cost rupees 4, it's 28 rupees today, and at the same rate of inflation, we should pay 90 rupees in 2025. That's about 8% inflation. That's what they've assumed. They tell you to buy a pension product before some new rules come into effect on July 1st. I won't go into the new rules right now, but let's look a little more into this product. So I went to the Max New York Life web page. They have just one pension plan. It's called Smart Invest Pension Super, and in their brochure they have this great little graph. They say you pay 3,033 per month, you get an accident cover of 3 lakh rupees. That means if you die in an accident, only in an accident, your next of kin gets 3 lakhs plus whatever is in your fund value for the tenure of the pension plan. And once you retire, you will get an income of 23,750 per month. But what is the fine print? First, they talk about an accident cover of 300,000. You are supposed to be 30 years old. Your vesting age is 60. That means you will invest 3,033 rupees for 30 months. And at the end of 30 years. And at the end of 30 years, you will receive 23,750 per month if your fund value grows at 10% per year, and only 12,000 if it grows at 6%. But let's take 10% over the long term. Now, let's assume what would happen if we did this whole thing ourselves. Instead of buying this pension plan, let's assume we invested this money ourselves. Let's assume a lower 9% return. We're not as good as Max New York Life, so we can only get 9%. Despite the fact that over the last 15 or 16 years, the equity markets have returned 15 to 18% per year compounded. Let's assume just 9%. We can get accident insurance from the market for about 1,000 rupees per year for 3 lakhs at the age of 30. But because we're going to be really conservative, we will assume 2,400 rupees per year, about 2.5 times what we would otherwise have to pay. That's about 200 rupees per month for accident insurance. Whatever's left, that is, take the 200 rupees per month away, and then you have 2,833 rupees per month left. Let's invest that. Let's buy a cheap ETF like the Nifty Bees with the remaining, that's 2,833 per month for 30 years. The 9% lower return per year assumed. Remember that the pension fund assumed 10% and it gave out 23,750 per month as premium. At the end of 30 years, your corpus is 51.86 lakhs. Right? Now, when we take out this money, we obviously get charged income tax. You will pay a capital gains tax on the gains. Currently, there is no tax for equity investments, but the direct tax code introduces it next year. So let's take a look at what we'll pay. Because of inflation, which is 8%, we've made 9%. Your real gain is only 1% per year, or 10 lakhs in this case. The tax applies on about 10 lakhs, which is about 23%. So you'll pay 2.3 lakhs as tax. After tax, you have 49 lakhs and a little change. Now, let's put this 49 lakhs in a 20-year government bond. Current yields are 8% per year. If you ask me why am I taking current yields and not calculating future, what Max New York Life has given us is what they would pay today for that annuity. So let's assume what you could get today is available. You have 8% a year. That's available on a 20-year government bond. You will make an income of 32,667 per month. The pension income in the pension plan was 23,750 per month. You just beat the pension fund by 37%. You did nothing else. You paid the same amount of money. You beat the pension fund by 37%. Now, consider what happens. The pension fund pays an annuity. So that means they pay your pension, they take your entire amount of money and they pay your pension per month. There's no liquidity. If you need money for a holiday, for an emergency, you can't ask the pension fund, please give me some more money. They're not going to give it to you. Versus in the government bond concept, which is by doing it yourself, you can withdraw by selling some bonds. Yes, your income is going to be a little bit lesser next month, but at least you've got the emergency money, right? You've got a lot more liquidity in the bond. The money is available to you, but it's not available in case of pension fund. Government bonds come in face values of about 10,000 rupees each. So you can sell piecemeal, so 50,000 at a time, 20,000, 10,000 at a time, and so on. Let's now consider real world values. What if we assume that the insurance we paid was only 1,200 rupees per year, which is what you would pay approximately, and we assume the actual return to be 10%, not 9%. By doing it yourself, you can make a pension of 40,500 rupees per month. This is 70% higher than the pension plan. Same amounts invested, real world assumptions. The comparison table shows you pretty much everything. The pension plan, amounts invested, the period, the accident insurance exactly the same. All you're doing differently is that you're going to pay some tax when you retire and you're going to put all the money in a government bond, versus in a pension plan they'll convert it to an annuity and pay you a certain pension. The pension you receive per month from the plan is 23,750. What you did by doing it yourself is 32,000. It's 37% better, plus your money is available to you in case of an emergency. Why should we even bother with a pension plan? Well, that's a very good question, and typically advisors or the pension funds themselves give you certain defense from their side. What they tell you is, my pension amount saves you tax. Your 3,033 rupees you're paying per month saves your tax. Remember, the pension amounts qualify for tax saving along with a slew of other tax saving instruments like life insurance premium, employees provident fund contribution, your child's education fees, your housing loan principal. All this added up give you a total tax saving of just 1 lakh rupees. I can wager that most of you will max this 1 lakh amount already with just your children's education fees and your employee provident fund contribution. If you have a housing loan principal repayment, that will probably add up to it as well. So you'll already exhaust that 1 lakh, and there's not much tax saving in the pension payments. Additionally, the DTC, the direct tax code, they will tell you will increase the pension tax saving amount to 3 lakhs per year. So you have a wider berth. But yes, good, great for pensions. Let me now consider that you pay 20% tax. The DTC spreads the tax slabs much wider, so you have a lower tax implication. So assume 20% tax. You invest the post-tax amount about 2,226 per month. Okay, let's assume the same 200 rupees you pay for insurance, only 2,226 per month. Let's take the real world assumptions of 10% gain, 30 years, and so on. You will still have a corpus of 50 lakhs, and the pension you can earn is about 32,000 rupees per month. This is still 35% higher than the pension plan. Even considering no tax benefits in the DTC and on doing it yourself, you are still getting 35% higher than the pension plan. In the end, what I'd like to say is you might want to consider doing your pension planning yourself instead of buying a pension plan. I have nothing against Max New York Life. I was just using their product as an example, and I hope this will help you evaluate some of the other financial products or pension plan products or retirement products as well. There may be better ones, and as I said, I've just used this instance to talk about Max New York Life's product. But in general, you have to make these kind of calculations before you invest for the long term or for retirement. Thank you very much.